Hey folks, KILT-MAN here, KILT-MAN at your services. How are you all? Hope you're all doing very, very well. Now, I thought we'd take a quick look, call it a preview of John Carpenter's forthcoming album. Big John Carpenter, my favourite director of all time, and one of my favourite movie composers of all time. He's got a new album coming out. Yes, we've covered all his film scores and we've covered his anthology remixes and the Lost Themes, volumes 1, 2, 3 and 4. I've covered them all at length, all released by his supremo demigod record label, Sacred Bones, who have been outstanding. Vinyl, CD, download, whatever you want, they'll provide it for you. Coloured vinyl and limited edition stuff, they are great. And in 2 days time, 2 days from this video right now, in fact by the time this video goes out, probably in about 24 hours, you will have his newest score. And the score is for a film which does not exist. It's a score for his graphic novel. He and his wife Sandy King have written this. It's called Cathedral, and it's, well, you'll recognise certain themes running through this. It centres around a cathedral, a disused old church in downtown Los Angeles, and there's something evil living down in the catacombs beneath. Ring any bells? Prince of Darkness. Yeah. And a lieutenant, a detective, a female, has to go in with her partner to go and investigate a blood-curdling murder. And once they're in there, they will encounter different levels of hell, basically, and then uncover the big revelations. And, well, whether they make it out alive or possessed or whatever, who the hell knows. But this is John Carpenter's first ever graphic novel. He's written it with his wife Sandy King, and it came to him from a fever dream about a year ago. Well, no, maybe 2 years ago, 2024 I think it was. He had this fever dream and he thought, I must make a film out of this, or make a soundtrack, or make a game, or do something out of it. And we know that John Carpenter is a massive game fanatic, so you can see how the thematic structure of this story is, once they go in there, they will go through differing levels of strife, debauchery, chaos and evil. So it's a game mentality, isn't it? But anyway, he's done the soundtrack for it, which Sacred Bones are brilliant. They release tracks from John Carpenter's scores way early. I've had 2 of these tracks for, God, most of this year now, it seems. And then another track dropped only about a day ago, and I thought, let's do a preview. Obviously, when the full soundtrack drops, I will cover the entire thing. I thought, what the hell? Let's do a preview right now of the three tracks that we've got, which are outstanding. And then when I finally get the comic book, I will, the graphic novel. Let's not call it comic book, it's a graphic novel. That is not due out in the UK until I think September, so there's still some time off. I mean, I've got a feeling that people out there in the US have already got it. I don't know the distribution deals around the rest of the world, but I know some people have read it and said it's fantastic. Some people read it and said, like, yeah, it's okay. But I haven't got it, and I won't get a copy until September by the looks of things. But anyway, what we've got 3 tracks. One of them's called Lord of the Underground, then you've got Revenge, and then you've got the Ferryman. I think Revenge is the one that came out, I think, in the last 24 hours. But anyway, what John Carpenter's done this time around with his son Cody Carpenter, and with Daniel Davies, son of Dave Davies from the Kinks, the long-standing band members. I've seen John Carpenter and this crew twice, years and years ago. It was a long time ago. when they played Liverpool and then Manchester. Liverpool one night, Manchester the next night. And I went both times in full Snake Plissken regalia, full Snake Plissken garb, and it was great. And yeah, he is like, his mantra on stage, he's there with his keyboard, his shades on. I make horror movies. I love horror movies. Okay, John, just get playing. And it's all like, and it's great stuff. Now, what's happened before we start playing this stuff, in the years afterwards, he's loved heavy metal. He's always loved heavy metal. He's a synth god. His movie scores have been synth gold. But what he's always tended to love most of all in his life is rock music and heavy rock, heavy metal. Not my preference, and yet you guys know me. I love Iron Maiden. I also love Def Leppard. But Iron Maiden is about as heavy as I really go, and Iron Maiden are absolute metal gods, but they're awesome. Anyway, I am not a massive fan of heavy metal, and yet John Carpenter has brought into his the anthology, especially the revamped themes from his major scores, the certain tracks. He's brought in heavy guitar riffs, and he has changed them into sort of a rock variation, to varying degrees of success as far as I'm concerned. But it's a nice variation. Nothing compares to the original versions, but he's moving on. He's doing more and more stuff now. He's branching out, and this, from the 3 tracks that we've got so far, sounds absolutely astounding. I love it. I really, really love it. I'm going to play these 3 tracks for you, and we'll talk a bit about them. The comic book, I can't comment on. I do think it sounds rather horribly similar to Prince of Darkness, but you know, it's how it plays out. I don't know. Something evil in a downtown LA disused church, cathedral, and an unspeakable murder, and you've got people going in there and they're going to encounter all sorts of hellish forces. Anyway, it sounds great, doesn't it, when you put it like that? Okay, right, let's go with the Ferryman. Antonio Bay, KAB, y'all. So you've got Big John on keyboards. Cody plays guitar and keyboards, and I think does some percussion, I think. Daniel Davies is on guitars and mainly given these big riffs. Now, this track is not predominantly rock based or heavy, it's a more atmospheric sort of thing. The Ferryman. You kind of get the impression that once you're into this cathedral, you're going to encounter, as I say, different levels of spectral entities and depravity and evil. And that maybe some people will help or be a hindrance. You've got to work out who's who, what's what. Don't know. The graphic novel, I'm a huge fan of graphic novels, and I have many but it's certainly it's a given thing. You know, it's how to write it, how to structure it, how to the panels and the artistry, how to make that all come together. This is John Carpenter's first attempt at doing this, and the story may be great. Is the artwork gonna, you know, be as good, or vice versa? I don't know. But I'm definitely gonna be getting it. But you're meant to read the comic book whilst listening to this score. But as I say, this is a preview of the full score, which in 2 days' time, thereabouts, I'm going to give. We'll be back and we'll go through it all. It'd be great to have the book as well though, but release dates, is it daft? The soundtrack's going to come out in a couple of days' time in the UK and everywhere around the world, and yet you can't get the comic book. But I know that people have got it already, whether it's a pre-release version. Now that was a Ferryman I talked all over. Now listen to this. This is Lord of the Underworld, and this is pure, not Underworld, Lord of the Underground. And this is really, really good. Heavy riff. It's got that grungy rock feel to it. And then you get this beautiful sort of synth, echoey, you know, sort of sonic chamber of eeriness. And you get a ferocious downpour in the background. If you can hear that, it's hellish rainstorm. Yeah. Now, like I say, I'm not massively into heavy rock music. For real. Turn up, haven't I? I love this. This is really addictive. I don't know how much of the score overall has this heavy rock elements. They're like real ferocious guitar riffs, and like just not too sure. There's quite a few tracks on the full album. The gods, the old ones, whatever's lurking down in the catacombs of that cathedral, have just like, oh, KILT-MAN, you can't discuss this score until it's out properly. We'll rain forth rack and ruin on the KILT Mansion. Unbelievable, isn't it? Fabulous KAB, San Antonio. You can tell like Carpenter loves this stuff. In the notes on Sacred Bones, they kind of go like this harkens back to, you know, the thunderous, you know, really cool uber beats of Assault on Precinct 13, Halloween, Escape from New York. but just given a huge rock boost. That rainstorm's passed over. You watch it, it'll probably come back again now. It's a good name, that, Cathedral. I wrote, I've written short stories and been published. Also award-winning, don't you know. I had a great story called Monastery, which was a demonic spin on what a monastery really could be, involving catacombs and all sorts of stuff as well. But Cathedral is a sort of similar, one word, but it embodies so much. Okay, right, now this is Revenge. Now, does this not sound like Queen from Highlander? A little bit. See, what you're getting now is like, there's definitely a heavy sort of a rock sound to it, a rock vibe, a relentless beat. There's like round, endless drums. Gotta tell you, I'm loving this. I've loved all the Lost Themes albums. I've reviewed them all. The anthology remixes. I've had misgivings because nothing beats the original sound of those scores and those themes and those tracks. And to give it a rock sort of new, revamped bass sort of feel hasn't worked for me in some cases, but it's been a nice variation in other cases. However, this is all uniquely new stuff, and I'm liking it. With these 3 tracks, he appears to be finding an entirely new sound, a new voice for his musicality. And it sounds more polished, it sounds more, accomplished. Not like, oh, it's John Carpenter doing a bit of a rock-based theme. This actually sounds, evolved from grassroots upwards. Like this was always going to be there, and it sounds great. You've got it. If you play it to someone now who's massively versed in John Carpenter scores and the way John Carpenter's music's gone in the last sort of 10, 15, 20 years or so, you'd recognise that. You go, that's John Carpenter. I know I would. And you go like, well, but that's a different quality there. See, this is the glistening, the synth. Don't forget, Big JC is on the synth there. That's lovely now. That's gorgeous. So we're going to see straight away back into Lord of the Underground, which is the most rocky, heavy metal out of the 3 tracks. No, hang on a minute. No, I've got that wrong. We're now in the Ferryman. I'm jumping ahead of myself there. It's the Ferryman. So the Ferryman, do we think this is someone that's going to give our detective and their partner passage to a different level beneath the cathedral. Don't know. But I genuinely can't wait to hear the full score for this. And as I say, Sacred Bones, you've got coloured vinyl, and I think on the if you buy the limited edition coloured vinyl, you get like an exclusive 7-inch disc with live versions of some of the tracks shoved in there as well. So this is very film score like. You can imagine a scene playing out beneath this. So the idea is, I think there's a version with Sacred Bones where that vinyl, I think you might actually have the graphic novel in there as well. There's that bloody rain again. In a way, it's kind of fitting. This is nightmarish. See, this is what happens when you buy a NASA specification conservatory, which is what we've got. As you guys, know, because you went through the whole, long-standing viewers know, we went through the entire rigmarole of the original disastrous conservatory and then the brand new one, which is outstanding. And yet, you know, it's brilliant, but when rain hits it, well, you can hear that lambasting timpani. It's just a deluge. That said though, you know, a solar flare or a meteorite or asteroid, this is NASA spec, it'll bounce off that. Change on. So that track is very, which I talked all over, is very film score like. It's clearly a sequence is taking place. It sounds like it's depicting something. People are going places and they're doing stuff. And then you get this. Lord of the Underground. Yeah, got it right this time. Yeah, I'm loving this. You do think there's going to be some kind of like gruff voice? Enter hell, enter cathedral. But with that rock, you've got the little synth elements fluttering away underneath, and the like synth choral, you know, elements. Oh yeah. Don't tell me you're not getting that. This bit here, with that beat there, does not remind me of the ABCs of horror. On one track on that score, the first ABCs is very similar, but it's very synth, but it's a similar sort of motif and rhythm and a pounding beat, and with this sort of like wistful, you know, sort of whippoorwills of synth behind it. Well, that's kicking it, innit? And again, that little element here again reminds you of the ABCs of death. There's almost an organ sound here. Cathedral, an organ. Listen. I'll bet you any money that on the full score you'll get more of that. I bet you. Is that fucking rain again? We've had months of drought and heat waves, and suddenly when I'm doing this, it's pissing down. Yeah, and it's very, very basic, but it doesn't half sound good. Oh, Big John's kicking ass. Yeah, folks, I am way into this score, way into it. I'll admit that the story of Cathedral sounds like, as people know, I'm the biggest fan of John Carpenter, but the rot setting with Prince of Darkness, new viewers are going like, what? It's one of his best movies. I have written extensively about Prince of Darkness, and I will cover it on the channel properly. I've talked about it for years and years and years, but it is nowhere near my favourite. In fact, it's got a lot of failings. The score for Prince of Darkness, by the way, is phenomenal. That does not sound like Queen now from Highlander. But the score for Prince of Darkness is outstanding. It's so textured, so layered. There's so many different elements, with lots more synth coming into with Alan Howarth as well, and it's rich, baroque, deep. There's so many things going on. His most technically achieved scores for the films he's made have been Prince of Darkness and Big Trouble in Little China, which is over there somewhere. There it be, and they again have so many elements going on, so much more technology involved, but nothing beats the Sussel Prison 13. Nothing. That main theme and the second wave, oh my god, nothing compares to that. And that was the 70s, the mid 70s, and he came out with that, which has then been sampled and used by enormous amounts of DJs, rock stars, pop stars, whatever. This is great. This is only 3 tracks. You've only heard 3 tracks. Wait till I play the whole fucking album. But yeah, Sacred Bones, I think, are outstanding. The way that they will release tracks in full proper, like, it's there for you. You can download it, you can stream it, you can buy it, you can do whatever with it. It's here for you. I think that's outstanding. They're a really great label. They're a family-run label. I could have this wrong now. I think they're from Brooklyn. Wherever they're based now, I don't know. But they are outstanding, and their distribution is terrific. It is, certainly in the UK you can get everything. So fantastic. Well, ordinarily I'd end up on playing a sort of piece in 13, because I always do this, and then I play a bit from Escape from New York. Because I don't want to change the established tradition. Let's do it now. You've heard those 3 tracks several times now. Now let's go on to... A small cat has now leapt up behind the camera. Gonna probably cause a lot of grief. Right, okay. Now, okay, I have the original version of Sons of Peace in 13, but I do love the remixed album, because they polished up the sound and they gave it much more of like a vibrance, a depth to that beat with Alan Howarth, who actually came up with this album. Oh, God! I kid you not. This main riff, this main beat, this theme, it's just... What's the word I've used a million times before? It's fat with a PH. A PHAT exclamation mark several times. Fat. Bam, 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 bam. And that, it's like a train, a two-way train rushing past your stop. And those reeds, it's like almost like bamboo shafts, and like someone's got like one of those mariachi Mexican fans and strum them across all these bamboo reeds. I tried to get the cat, and the cat got wind of me. Still right here. It's going up high, like King Kong, it's climbing. I'm not going after you. Okay. The windows! Carpenter came up with this in the 70s, and it's still, a de facto influence on music in every different sort of genre. Its rhythm, its beat, its pace. The windows! Tony Baird from the Rocky movies. Austin Stoker as Lieutenant Ethan Bishop. Darwin Jostin as Napoleon Wilson. You're pretty fancy, Wilson. I have moments. Oh my God. The brutal purity of this is just beyond reproach. You cannot deny the power of that theme. It's extraordinary. So let's play Napoleon Wilson. When you first meet Darwin Jostens, esteemed anti-hero, a criminal on death row who will actually save the day. It's a pure Howard Hawks Western, Rio Bravo, Rio Lobo, El Dorado. Hawks shot it several times. It's blistering, isn't it? When you walk out from your house, your flat, your apartment, you go and get your train, your bus, you go to the office, you do this, you do that. You should have this in your ears as you're strutting down. Because I know I do. But it's easy for me. I've got a kilt on and a vest, and nobody don't go fuck with me, you know? Nobody go fuck with me. And I've got this playing in my ears. Even with no earphones in, it's still playing in my ears. And I think Carpenter's finding that groove now with Cathedral. It sounds from those 3 tracks like he's got that mesh of his synth, his heavy, hard rhythm and percussive, you know, metronomic repetitive beat, and he's meshed it with rock, and it's actually worked, you know. That was for the hard of hearing. Wow. It's primal. That gets you right under the rib cage and just squeezes, and it goes, yeah, you're gonna fight, you're gonna run away. Well, you've got a choice. You're gonna fight. It is awesome, truly awesome. And then you get this variation for the Street Thunder, the gang, it's several gangs all flung together because they've got a bunch of assault rifles, and this gives it a more street urban flavour. Then you get the really fat main riff. Sometime soon. Ooh. Oh. Now this is the main theme, but for the bad guys. Same theme, but given a deeper, I don't know, earthier, urban, grungier sort of really deep down level. sinews being, you're being hung, drawn and quartered, or you've been tied between 4 horses and the 4 horses are being told to bolt, and you're like, "Ah!" and your sinews are being stretched. It is outstanding. And then you get sort of the lamenting, sort of plaintive motif for Precinct 13, and obviously when someone innocent dies, you get this theme again. But we're not concerned about the soft elements. We're talking about the really this stuff. Anyway, folks, I have been and always shall be KILT-MAN. So please, in the meantime, this ever, like, just enjoy John Carpenter's massive resurgence in other media rather than making movies, comic books, video games. Toxic Commando. I've played you the music for that in the past, and of course now Cathedral. Big John. He's an old guy now. He's a cantankerous old git, but he was a young cantankerous git as well. So he stayed true to form, but he's still going strong, and for that, Big John, we applaud you. And I'm looking forward to reading Cathedral. I really hope it's better than Prince of Darkness. No, I've got a feeling it's going to be great. And with that musical accompaniment, that's a great sort of new avenue to explore. A graphic novel with an album, a concept album, to be played alongside you reading it. Nice one, Big John. Anyway, folks, I have been, we shall be KILT-MAN. So please, in the meantime, as ever, just batten down the hatches. Get whatever weapons you've got to hand and fend off all the fiends coming at you from every which way in between time. Please keep it kilted, keep it Celtic, and I'm going to see you all the windows.